What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in once again. You guys already know the message. One family, one love, one heart. We're all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. And we're all one. So what I want to talk about in this video is the porn industry and how it is ruining people's sex lives. And how it's really confusing the shit out of everybody, and it's putting out this image that this is how sex is and this is how it should be. And because we're kids, so I discovered porn when I was 13, right? And I've never been taught about sex. I never knew anything about it. I didn't know, like, what the fuck is sex. Like, I'm just trying to find out. And guess who's my teacher now? Porn. This is the tragedy of society. This is a big tragedy. Is, for many of us, the first teacher that is teaching us about love, because sex is an act which we love one another, right? We come together, we embrace one another, and we come in this beautiful moment of love, right? We're learning about love, or one of the instruments of love, right? Love comes in many shapes and forms. Love could be in this video. I'm loving you guys by telling you I love you. It could be in a word. It could be in a music. It could be in so many things, right? So sex is one of those things which you can express love. A very powerful one at it, I might say. Very, 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 very powerful. It's a very powerful way, because sex is just, it's for procreation. But, because we're humans, we're complex, right? Sex happens to be one of those things that we just have, like, we express love for one another. It's one of those things you express using your sexual energy, using your sexual, this human body that you have that has a sexual energy, this male-female dichotomy, right? We experience sex and we share love through this act of sex, right? So the problem is that we're learning about one of the most powerful tools to express love to somebody else. We're learning about it through the porn industry. And that is no good news for anybody, man. That is not good news for anybody. Because, first of all, the idea of premature ejaculation, it's born mostly out of porn, because you get so used to just gratifying yourself immediately, and you're just like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. If you're lucky, you make it to a minute, right? If you make it to a minute, maybe 2 minutes, and boom, you bust. Here comes the boom, you bust the nut. And then that becomes a habit now. Now your habit is to bust the nut right away. As soon as you get excited, let me release excitement, and boom, out. Oh, I'm excited. All blood goes in here. Brrr, out. Brrr, out, right? And yeah, so you have problems like premature ejaculation, which is like so common for men. Just, it's so common. It's such a common issue. And it has to do with you not being able to control your body, not knowing how to channel energies, and not knowing how to, like, take the sexual energy that is being all built up in your penis and just kind of let it flow through your entire body. And that's where really real sex is, right? And it takes a bit of time. Like, you can't just in 1 minute, you can't just do that. Like, you're not gonna be able to do that. Your body's not even gonna have time to produce the oxytocin, this love hormone that you feel, right, after you've had sex. So the problem is, one of the most beautiful ways to express love to somebody else very intimately is we're being taught about that by porn. And what does porn do? Yeah, porn, it's just like animal sounds, and that's it. So you think that's what sex is all about? Just make animal, like, you know what I mean? Just, that's it. Boom, 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 animal sounds. And while that is a nice part of sex, just totally surrendering to your animal, that is only a part of it, man. And that is a part of it that you get to like, once you've known the girl, once she's got to know you, once you've known your guy, if you're a girl watching this, right? Like, and it takes away from everything else. I mean, you grow up thinking that this is sex, this is it. You don't know how to approach a woman, you don't know how to talk to her, you don't know how to build sexual tension with her, you don't know how to ask her questions, you don't know how to have a conversation with her, you don't know how to make out with her and foreplay, which is, like, honestly, most of sex is foreplay. That really, and that's porn doesn't teach you that, right? Most of sex is foreplay. The vast majority of mental foreplay, but also physical foreplay. You can have a girl come without you ever penetrating her. I mean, you can. You absolutely can. And that just goes to show you, like, that sex, most of sex happens outside the bedroom, actually, or even physically speaking. If you're with a girl, most of the arousal and most of the sex is gonna happen in the makeout phase, in the foreplay, which is like really beautiful, right? You're kissing the girl all over her body from head to toe, right? Like, you're running your tongue down everywhere. You're kissing her everywhere. You're touching her everywhere. She's touching you everywhere. She's kissing you everywhere. Like, that is really beautiful. Like, that is what sex is, man. That is sex, right? Like, that's what it's all about. Full out intimacy, total, let's just come together and boom. Let's just be all over each other. Let's just jump over each other. Every cell in our body, every atom in our body. Let's just lick it and kiss it and suck it and do all kinds of things with it. Right? But that's not in porn, right? In porn is like, there's barely any storylines. So usually it's a pizza guy, right? Pizza guy coming in, hey, delivery pizza. And then, she's like, do you have another package? Oh, I have a package here for you. And then boom, right? Like, come on. It's good for humor. I don't know if I'm gonna jerk off to this or laugh to this, to be honest. But, so we're not taught that. We think that, okay, we don't know all of what actual sex is, but actual sex is connection, right? Connection. You connect with someone, they're comfortable with you, they're safe with you, you're comfortable with them, you're safe with them, they feel not judged, you can be yourself, they can be yourself. And then, then that's when real good sex happens, right? When two people surrender into each other. If the two people are not surrendering, you know what's gonna happen? The guy's gonna be like, and he's gonna be thinking, man, am I fucking her right, man? Am I fucking her right? And the girl's gonna be like, oh my God, am my tits too small? Are they too small? And mindfulness. You're not even in the act anymore. You're in your thoughts. You're somewhere else. You're in the realm of ego. But real, beautiful, wonderful sex is when the two people just surrender. They're so comfortable with each other. They surrender into each other. And that's when you can, go crazy and make these crazy animal sounds and just be primal and totally lose yourself in the moment and make noises and scream and yell, right? Then that's when you can actually do that. Like, when the connection, the safety has been, that both of you even feel safe to do that. Like, the reason why you even see it in the porn like that is because they're in a porn set. They're supposed to do that. They're actors. You understand? So even they're comfortable to do that because that's part of their job. Like, they're comfortable to do this and do this animal voices and screaming, and because they're doing this for an act. It's a porno, it's a set. They have like places to do that, right? But even for you guys to go animalistically like that in real life, I'm saying, you gotta be comfortable with each other, right? You gotta be, both of you, comfortable being animals, being, sexy, being whatever. But yeah, and again, in the porn, if you're watching this from when you're 12 years old, people now have access to it at like even earlier, like probably 10, 9, unfortunately, right? I was lucky because I was in that no man's generation where I didn't have technology for the first 13 years of my life, but then I was exposed to it after. So I didn't find out about porn until 13. But some of the kids now, they're finding about it way earlier. And that's what they're learning. They think that's what sex is, right? And like that whole love connection element is completely taken out of it. It's not there. These guys in the porn are acting. They're actors. Right? They're actors, man. Like, that girl you see is getting banged, she's probably gonna get banged like a few more times after. And that's just a job. It's part of her job now. It's just like, what do you work? Like, it's part of my job to make videos, right? So I just make videos. I make videos. So I just do it and then I move on to the next video, right? So it just becomes a job for them, right? This is not like, their job is porn. Their job is to have sex. That's their job. Okay? And their job is to make money. That's how they make a living, right? No judgment on that. I think everybody's beautiful. I think these people are beautiful. And there's something to be said, actually, for people who go into that industry. There's a lot, actually, I've heard a lot of bad stories, man, about why they go into these industries and everything. But I don't want to get into it. Bottom line is, embrace and accept everybody and love everybody, and there's no judgment on anybody. But I'm just saying, like, we're all like victims of this porn industry. Probably even the porn stars themselves are, right? We're all victims. The people watching, the people acting it, the people doing it, right? And we forget love. We forget connection. We forget how to even get there in the first place. Like, if you want to have this transcendental primal sex, well, you gotta be connected to the person. You gotta be comfortable with the person, and the person's gotta be comfortable with you, right? They gotta be really comfortable with you, to be vulnerable, to share their emotions, to express themselves, to be this wild animal, to be this, loving, sexy person, right? So, yep, that's how it's ruining our sex lives, all of us, right? As a society, all of us as a society, we're so confused about sex. We're so confused about what it is, and we're absolutely conflicted, right? We're conflicted, and this is why the whole pickup community like has risen, right? And I feel for that, because they're trying to figure out what the fuck, like, and they're just trying to, like, okay, how do we pick up girls? How do we do this? They're trying to just like kind of play along with the game that is already in set. But there's a bigger problem here. The bigger problem is, if you look at it from an alien's perspective, the bigger problem is we're all confused about sex. We're all confused about what sex is. We're all confused about our own nature, which is both human and animal. You see? So yes, the animal is in us. The porn industry triggers purely the animal. Do animal voices, right? All these voices, right? So it triggers the animal in you, which is totally there and should be there for you. You should not let that go. But it completely ignores the human side of us, which is the soul. You see, which is the soul, which is love, which is connection, which is unity, which is oneness, which is, looking at sex as this, it's unity. It dissolves duality. Male and female come together, right? So it ignores that. Porn ignores that completely. That's completely ignored. The emphasis on just primal animal instincts. Let's arouse them as much as possible. Forget the heart, forget the connection, forget the love, forget the unity, forget the oneness, forget the human connection. But what you want to do is you want to combine both of them. So since most of us have been like absolutely brainwashed with porn, work on the human connection, work on the soul connection, work on that as you go on about your sex life, or let me call it your love life, because really sex is an instrument for love. That's what sex is. Sex is an instrument for love, right? So go on about it from this open-heartedness, from this open-hearted nature of the soul, right? And don't forget your animal. The animal comes in, right? In the heat of the moment, in the heat of the passion, you both of you, so since you surrender to each other so much and you're so attracted to one another and you're so comfortable, you'll just find yourself being animals in the heat of the moment, in the heat of the passion, right? But focus on building the connection, building the human connection. Focus on enjoy the process of building love, building connection, building rapport, trust, comfort, right? Focus on that. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful when two people can just embrace one another exactly for who they are, without any judgment, without anything attached to it. Just two people loving, surrendering, accepting one another. That's what love is. Love is all acceptance. And sex, beautiful, wonderful sex, is about acceptance. Accepting the other person for who they are and saying we both accept one another for who we are. Boom, boom, and all of that good stuff. Okay? That is it. Check out my free book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate in All Areas of Life. It will help you tremendously with this. Okay? Tremendously. I am just like you, a byproduct of societal brainwashing, and I am just like you trying to unfuck myself. And granted, I've done a decent job, but there's always more stuff to be done. But this is my gift to you. 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life in All Areas. It's for free. 22 pages. Check it out. Love you guys. Love every single one of you. Absolutely. Much love. Much respect. We're all one. Don't let society fool you into this illusion of separation between man and woman. We play these roles, masculine, feminine, man, woman. We play them in this lifetime and in many other lifetimes. We play them, and we play them because we're here to play them. But we're one. Just remember that we're one. We're one, okay? And as always, don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.